Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Thermaltake is pretty much forgotten about when it comes to air coolers, and it's understandable why. They have pretty much become the leader in water cooling hardware and have dominated that space for years now. But there is still a market for air cooling, but like Thermaltake in dominating water cooling hardware, others have seemed to move in and have taken over this space. Knowing where Thermaltake have been and on the path they are on now, should we jump from the bandwagon when it comes to Thermaltake and air cooling, or do they still have what it takes to dominate this space too? Today we're going to take a look at one of the newest air coolers in Thermaltake's lineup, the UX100 CPU cooler. Thermaltake certainly isn't no stranger when it comes to the orb style design or circular tower design. Thermaltake have once again put all of their know-how into the UX100 and revamped a circular popular design once again with their special twist and adding ARGB lighting. The Thermaltake UX100 ARGB CPU cooler features 9 high airflow blades fitted with hydraulic bearings and 15 16.8 million color ARGB LEDs that is ready to sync with 5V ARGB enabled motherboards from Acer, ASRock, Gigabyte and MSI. Switching the customized lighting effect is easy and can be done via your motherboard lighting software, rated at 65 watts and compatible with all mainstream sockets. Featuring 15 high lumen addressable LEDs, the UX100 gives you vivid RGB lighting effects, although you can see where the light strip starts and finishes, and doesn't give you a fluid flow of colour consistently around the loop. The overall design is smart and the cooler is all black apart from the fan. The cooler is powered by a 3-pin fan header and the LEDs are run off 2 wires which you plug into the 5 ARGB header on compatible motherboards, which is kind of odd, and I would have liked to have seen an enclosed 5V ARGB header rather than this method, as it's not very pretty but it works. The 120mm ARGB fan runs at a constant 1800 RPM and in my opinion is quite audible. Also, you can't use the tall ARGB RAM modules with this cooler either, although there is some RGB RAM modules you can use, but need to make sure that the entire module including the housing is no more than 6mm above the PCB of the RAM module itself. What I do like about the UX100 is the fact that it is ARGB lighting, and do like the TT Thermaltake cutout on the side, and with it being all black, and its performance is pretty good, which we're going to be talking about right now. The test system used is a Ryzen 3 1200 CPU on an X470 ITX motherboard, 16GB of DDR4 3200MHz RAM and a GTX 950 OC2G. So at stock settings, the cooler did in my opinion a good job, given an average boot temp of 28 degrees C, average idle temps of 30 degrees C, which is 2 degrees C lower than the stock cooler, and at max load temp of 45 degrees C when being stressed under gaming. Once overclocked to 3.8, we saw an average boot temp of 29 degrees C, an average idle temp of 35 degrees C, which is fantastic, and a max load of 63 degrees C when being stressed under gaming in a 19 degrees C ambient room temperature, which is pretty impressive to be fair. Fitting it to the motherboard is super simple for both Intel and AMD, and hardware to mount the cooler to either socket type is included in the box, along with a sachet of thermal compound and warranty card valid for 12 months. So for $23.37 at the time of this video, you sure can overlook the cables and connection choices, but despite its performance, this cooler is still loud and may put a lot of buyers off. Well, I hope you found this video informative in some way or another. If you liked it, hit like. If you loved it, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. So until then, take care, bye.